Oh my gosh. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Rewind and Reflect, where we believe in the universal truth that there's no such thing as coincidences or mistakes. And we're here to share our life story on that with you. My name is Deb Miller.
Hi, everybody. Susan Doyle.
Hi, ladies. Kristin Longmore.
Hello, friends.
Oh,
So I'm here
God,
in
it's been a
Florida.
minute.
I know. I'm here
I
in
have an
Florida.
announcement to make
Oh,
to
okay.
Brad Pitt. Have you
Oh,
ladies heard
God.
this? So,
What?
Brad, I've already done this for you. He
Yes,
announced
Brad.
that after 7 years of sobriety, he was going to start drinking again, controlled drinking.
I saw
Response.
that. I
Yeah. I
thought it
mean,
was
come
kind of
on.
like a fake AI thing because then
Mm.
what I saw was Conor McGregor.
He followed suit.
He followed suit and like hashtagged Brad Pitt
Yeah,
in his I'm going to be controlled
Yeah,
drinking,
good
whatever he
luck with
called it.
that, Matt.
yeah.
Good luck
Yeah.
with
And
that,
I'm
boys.
Listen
like,
to
Yeah.
our podcast and see my story. How I already
Brad,
did that.
if you're out there,
Yeah,
I mean,
Brad and Colin.
it is insane. I know. And
Uh,
it is like I couldn't believe it. And I can't believe all of the press that is going towards it. I mean, granted, we're talking about it, but it's like that is very dangerous. And people
yes.
are going to think like, "Oh, he's doing it." And he lost everything in his life except for his
Yeah.
career, but he lost his wife and his relationship with his
Children.
children because of his drinking. And somehow now he feel like, all right, Brad, you miss wine. Well, get some non-alcoholic wine. You don't you're
okay, but
what
here's
you
the other
miss is
thing.
the buzz of it. If you
Hmm.
only
Here's
miss
the
the
other thing that
wine,
is
then
very,
get the
very, very,
non-alcoholic.
very reckless is going on social media and on record saying that you're going to start. Like, if you want to start, just do it, like in
Right.
private. You don't have to announce it. It's a dumb idea, and I get it, but like, don't announce, you announce to the world that you're sober and, you gave it up and this is why and all the things. You don't announce to the world that you're going to control your consumption. It's
Well,
reckless and
yeah, it's
That's what's dangerous.
irresponsible. But I guess he had started a while ago. He started drinking a while ago, and somebody must have caught on to that and then said, "What's going on?" And he said, "Yeah, I've decided to, I'm going to drink, but responsibly." And he already said, he goes, there was one point that got out of hand for me, and I had to rail it back in. And it's like, it's going to happen. You're
Yeah, you're
you're
not
not going to
wrong.
be able to like anybody who knows an alcoholic knows that once they start, there's nothing, there's no such thing as controlled drinking if you're a true alcoholic, you know.
And clearly it is dangerous, Deb, because that McGregor dude, I don't know if it's Colin or Connor, the wrestler
Mhm.
guy,
honor.
like how
Mhm.
many people are gonna see, like you said, this famous guy who has had a great career, like,
Mhm.
oh, well, if he can do it, how many people that are on the fence with getting
Yeah.
sober? And
Yeah.
like I announced to all my friends that I was going to start drinking, but I had already made a decision and I'm not famous. I'm not on social media.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if you went on social media. I
I
mean, listen,
didn't.
I gave up drinking for 25 years, 20 years, but I didn't have a problem with it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Do you know what I'm saying? I gave it up because I was up early every morning. I wanted to be clear-headed. Was a little obsessive with my calorie intake and didn't want calories from alcohol and things like that. Um, but I also didn't make this public, I'm not a public figure, like Kristen said, right? And I didn't make this public proclamation of I am no longer drinking, da 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 da, nor did I make the converse public proclamation that I'm going to now try and enjoy a glass of wine. My
Yeah.
kids were grown. I mean, the biggest thing for me was the calories and getting up. And then as my kids got older, it was I need to be on point and I need to be able to go pick them up. If I'm
Mhm.
Yes.
drunk, I can't go pick my drunk kids up.
Mhm.
Amen.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it was
Yep.
just, one rolled into another, but, it's
Yeah.
reckless and
Yeah,
irresponsible.
it
Anyway,
is.
sorry, Deb. I didn't mean to segue from the topic, but I wanted Brad to
That's
know
okay.
that he could listen to our YouTube, our Rewind and
Yes.
Reflect, and get some
Listen to Kristen's story. What a
damn
train
it.
wreck that was.
That's
You want to
how,
know
yeah.
how it's going to turn out? Listen to Kristin's
Yeah,
story.
there you go.
But
Give us a shout.
what will be truly wonderful is, when he does end up needing to get back in the program, he'll be like, yeah, it doesn't work. And he might be a
So do we
positive.
know that he actually worked, like, do we know that he actually worked a program eight
He
years
said a
ago or
12-step
whatever?
program. I
Yeah.
don't know
Did.
whether it's AA or NA or whatever, but he
Yeah.
I
had drug
must have missed
problems
that
too.
memo.
Yeah.
So
I
anyway,
did
Oh,
miss that memo.
anyways, hanging on by a
So
thread.
listen, so Deb's back in her own space in Florida.
Hmm.
And so
hanging by
listeners,
a
we were
thread.
having a really huge laugh before we turned the cameras on because that lotus flower behind Deb, if you're watching this, is literally hanging on the wall by a wing and a prayer.
I mean, it
And
might
then
even
that
be just
segued
stuck to the wall at
into
this point.
all these things breaking. So go ahead, Deb. Your
Well, I
coffee
guess,
maker.
what I was lamenting about was the fact that I've been very spoiled having Kevin, who is he can build and fix anything. So for the last 10 plus years, I've been like, oh, that's not working over there, or the toilet's running, or whatever. And he's just like, all right, and blah, 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 and it's done. So I'm here, he's still in Connecticut, and I'm here on my own for a couple of days. And I come home. I had a dog job I was working at, and I come home a couple nights ago, and the garbage disposal is not working. And I'm like, believe it or not, I have fixed a garbage disposal before.
There's a reset button on the bottom,
Yeah,
There's a reset button, but the one
gotta
that I
mix it.
fixed before, and the cranky thing.
Yeah.
So with his guidance, at the last a dog house I was at, it was brand new house. Brand new house. They just moved into it like 3 weeks prior to me taking care of their dog. So he's like, just press the red button, crank the thing, da 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 da. They had nothing under their sink because again, it was so new. So it was easily to get up there. I saw the red button, I saw the cranky thing. It worked. I was like, oh, look at
Ah,
me.
yay.
Maybe we should,
So
you know what, Kristen, we're gonna buy Deb a tool belt for Christmas
Yeah.
this year.
Yep.
please don't.
Yep.
Please don't. No, please don't. Oh my God. I don't want to have that responsibility. So last night, turn on the thing and it's just like, "Brrr." That's the noise it makes.
Mm.
Brrr. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's not working, the garbage disposal. So, uh, it was late. I didn't feel like doing anything about it. So I get up this morning and I go to make my coffee. We all know I need my coffee in the morning. And
Caramel
it's
flavored.
caramel,
Yeah.
Starbucks caramel. And I put the pot in, and the water's full. I've already checked that. And I put the thing down and it just goes, "Rrr." And I'm like, oh, what the hell is this? So I open it up again, close it. It's like barely making a noise. And then it starts blinking, add water. I'm like, the thing is full. So I dump all the water out. I put the water back. I open the thing, close the thing, press on, and it turns on, but then the part where my cup is starts smoking. And I'm like, oh my
Underneath?
God.
Oh my God.
So I
Right.
I turn it off, and then I try to turn it back on, and it won't even turn on. So what does Deb do? She goes and tosses it in the garbage. Like I don't even want to descale a coffee pot. I don't know how to do it. When it starts saying descale, I'm like, we need a new coffee pot. Like I don't even want to even, I don't know. So, anyways, I call up Kevin. I said, this is happening and that is happening. And he's just get rid of the coffee pot, whatever. And then I'll walk you through how to clean to start the garbage disposal. So I go under the sink. It is filled with just crap
Mm.
from years, right? So I have to get all that crap out. He's like, press the red button. I'm like, I'm pressing it, nothing's happening. He's like, all right, get the cranky thing. What is it called? It's called a
Well, normally it's an Allen
Allen
wrench.
wrench.
Allen wrench. He's
Yeah.
like, get the Allen, and there's no Allen wrench under here. All right,
Wrench.
go
It's
my
not a ranch, it's a wrench.
there's no ranch flavored Allen in here. There's no Allen wrench. All right, get the tools. Look, there's nothing in there. Now I'm like, I got shit all over my kitchen
And she
floor.
has no coffee in her, by the
And
way.
no
I have
coffee.
no
Oof.
coffee yet.
Yikes.
And I'm now going through a box of
Disaster.
tools that I'm like, what? I don't even know why.
And
And
what
he's like,
size?
yeah, and he's trying to explain what's happening. He's like, I go, the things inside are going around. And he's like, but the platform that the blades are on is probably rusted to the bottom because we haven't been here in like a month and a half. And I look in it and it is rusty in there.
Okay.
So he's
Yeah,
like,
but
you
they're all
got
rusty in there.
right?
They all look rusty.
So I'm like, I tried. I said, no, not doing it. You can deal with this when you get home. He's like, okay. But I
Which
said,
is
I'll,
October.
yeah, which is not in the near future.
You
But
know.
so then I was like, okay. And then this thing comes in the mail. I love it. It's so pretty. I got to
I
move
love
that
it
thing
too.
When you
over
signed
there.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very similar to the tattoo I have on the back of my neck.
Yes, exactly. So there's several different holes in this that you're supposed to put nails in or screws or something. And there was
Let's just
something,
all state that this came in the mail when Kevin was not home.
yes, he hasn't seen this. I don't even know if he knows that I got it. So
If he shuts the door too hard, it's gonna go flying to the floor.
it probably will because
Okay.
it's literally just hanging on the nail of the thing that was there before. Because there's two reasons why I'm capable of putting a nail in the, a hammer and a nail. I'm totally capable. I'm capable of a lot of things. I just don't want to do it because I know that it's gonna end up being crooked. Kevin is OCD. He's gonna be like, why did you do that? You should have just let me do it. Or if I really get down and dirty in that garbage disposal, something is going to go terribly wrong. I'm a flower in this relationship, not the gardener.
Okay, so please bestow on the audience what
Auntie Sharon.
Kevin's mom
No, his
or Kevin's
aunt.
aunt, excuse me, bestowed on you.
Yes. She says every relationship there's a gardener and a flower. And the gardener is the one who does everything. And the flower is the one who is just there. And she said, which are you, Deb? And she knew damn well which one I was. I was like, I'm the flower. She goes, yep, because now it's not that I don't want to come across as being like spoiled or pampered or anything like that. It's not that. I am in a relationship with somebody who has to have things a certain way.
Mhm.
When I try to do something, he'll like, I got it, and he'll do it. When I try to hang something, nope, that's not right. I'll do it. So I've learned.
Okay, so what about pre-relationship?
Okay, so pre-relationship, that's a
I'm
good question.
feeling like
So
you've always been a
pre-relationship,
flower. You've always been a flower.
I have always been a flower, but I've been a little bit of a gardener. But if you were to come to my condo prior to Kevin, there would be, and Kristin, you probably can attest to this. There would be pictures on the wall that might be crooked. Like I just plop things up and move along.
I kind of do a little bit too.
Sure.
Yeah.
You did.
But I'm not.
We're not master carpenters or.
No. And if something goes, I have learned here to fix the air conditioning unit with Kevin's guidance on the phone. I'm like, the AC is not working. Okay, this is what you got to do, blah, 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 blah. And I've done it. I am capable of doing things all on my own. I guess I don't trust myself to not break it further or do it incorrectly. When things go on the wall, apparently they're supposed to be measured. So this is the other thing. Kevin says to me,
I eye it up.
Before you go out and get a new coffee pot, Deb, you got to measure the counter to the cabinet. Because when you open the water thing, we got to make sure it doesn't hit the cabinet.
Right.
And I'm
It's
like,
great to think of.
he goes, so go get the measuring tape and make sure you measure. I don't want to. I just want to go get a coffee machine.
Mm.
Okay, so
Well,
so I so this begs the question because I made a joke about I am not only the farmer or the gardener,
The
I am the
gardener.
migrant worker, okay? In this relationship. In all of my relations, like my whole life. But so here's what I wanted to ask the two of you. Like, did you take, like, so I'm trying to figure out, did I take on that role because I had to, or did I take on that role because I felt, I don't know, the need to be like really 50-50, even though I don't know. I don't know. But so so as Debbie was sharing with us that, those things broke my dishwasher, there's something wrong with my dishwasher, to which I then told you two that I have fixed this dishwasher with my husband, and we have fixed the dryer. So here's what I do know. He is very much like Kevin. He fixes everything except for electrical. Like he knows nothing about electrical. He knows how to flip the switch on the piano and doesn't really tackle plumbing. But
Okay.
everything else he would do, right? However, he doesn't know how to order parts on Amazon, and he's 5 times the size of me.
Mm.
So he said, okay, this is what'll happen. He'll
Did you
go
get
down.
him at Costco, Sue?
What?
Did you get him at Costco? He's 5 times as
Sean Doyle.
He is. I mean, like his hands literally, like his arms and hands can't fit into these tiny little spots. So it is, all right, I'm gonna go try and fix this. And he knows how to bring it up on YouTube, right? Which is great.
good.
Hey, can you help me for a second? Hold on, can you? And it's like, so, then if I say, I don't really want to do this right now. I don't want to break a nail. I just washed my hair, whatever. It like all hell breaks loose.
Mm.
So I do help, and I got to reach into places I don't want to reach into, and I got to lift things that I don't want to lift, and all the things. And so I have, so yes, I have this role, but I don't know if I necessarily signed up for it.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
probably did back in the day.
I mean, I'm a worker bee. So I'm the helper bee. You ask me for help, I'm there. I'll do whatever you want. But I don't want to take charge. And I think, Sue, you're just a fixer. That's who you are. You've always been.
Mm.
You take on any challenge that is in front of you, whether it is a physical challenge or something's broken or something needs to be cooked. People are hungry. Like you're the one who, and Kristin,
Okay,
you're the
so what
same exact way.
happens when you don't want that role anymore, or you want that role, but the light version? It's a me problem, right? Not another person's
Yeah.
problem.
I think it's more difficult. Like I was thinking as you guys were talking of my history, and I went way back to my dad who fixed everything and didn't want anybody's help. And he's
Mm.
still that way. Nope, don't touch it. I got it. I could blah 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 blah. Then my ex-husband, who could fix it, but just generally paid people if we tried to do shit together. I was the worker bee or the migrant worker because he was moving too slow.
Mm.
Um, and we would get into fights. So, yeah, so we'd pay people. Then I was on my own I'm still on my own until my son became a young man. And I feel like I am happy. I'm going to give you guys the kitchen example. Here's the example. My kitchen, I wanted it redone. It was not my style, but this house was built in the 70s and I wanted to maintain the cabinets because I'm retro. I love retro. So the bottom half of the cabinetry and countertops absolutely needed to be ripped out because they were all broken. They were almost 50 years old, blah, blah, blah. So at Home Depot did all that shit. Okay. My upper cabinets, I was like, oh, I just want them lighter. They're that knotty pine, but they're stained walnut. Enter my son, who says, Mom, we could totally do that. We could totally do. And I'm like, I don't wanna. It's a lot of work, right? But my son and we're very much alike, and he's a cheerleader, so he can get me to get the will. We don't fight. He can get me to have the willingness. And guess what? I did it he's the foreman and he works at hardware stores. So it's easy peasy, like, okay, here's what you need, Mom. Here's the sander. Here's what you're going to do. Go do this, go do that. But if I had my druthers, I would have maybe a Kevin, but not like my dad. I want to do it all myself. It has to be my way. I like a partner. I think my son is probably the best compliment to me.
I have a question. Do you think flowers seek out gardeners
100%,
to be
right?
Absolutely.
in relationships with? Okay, so what if you have two gardeners?
Well,
what happens then?
So if you have two flowers, and Sharon gave me an example of this, she's like, I have friends that are both flowers, and they got a new grill 10 years ago, and neither one of them has ever used it. They just don't do stuff like that. Neither one of them
does. That's paralyzing.
It is paralyzing.
Yeah.
And if you
two
have
flowers seems paralyzing.
So two gardeners, and I can say this is Kevin and his mom are both gardeners. And so we've been at her house for most of the summer, and there's a lot to be done at that house. And so they've been tackling projects together. She's 82, and he and her have been changing out light fixtures and putting in new door, like all of this stuff. And they want me nowhere in sight. I can go grab them a glass of water or whatever, but they want me nowhere in sight because I just get in the way.
So do you ever feel like guilty that you're not helping? That's my problem.
Yes, I'm always like, let me do something. Let me do something. No, we're good. We're good. But the two of them, because they're both gardeners, are like, she's watching over his shoulder. And then when she's doing something, he's watching over her shoulder. And they're like, no, you can't do it that way. You got to do it this way. And it's very like, I mean, they're good about it, but I've seen it in action where they have to have their separate projects to work on, and they have to make sure that one's doing it the way that one wants. It's really intense. But I think I've always been a little bit of a flower in a way, because even though I am always up for doing something.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, I can paint a wall. Like, that's not a problem. I can paint a wall. It was not up to the standards of Joan and Kevin. So I'm like, all right, I guess I won't. No, you just don't worry about it. You just go over there. So sometimes I literally am like, they're putzing around doing their thing, and I'm sitting outside reading a book because
you're of no help.
I'm of no help.
So let me ask you guys this. I recently had this again. Okay, my dad, I'm not going to ask my dad I will just ask my son. I needed to change out a light fixture in the downstairs bathroom. Had the light fixture. My dad comes over. 3 hours later, we've made a trip to my son's hardware store. We're nowhere. I dismiss him because after 4 hours, I said, Dad, I can't do this anymore. I need to stop this project. He's a retired engineer, so everything's perfect, and I'm irritated because I will just eye up hanging a thing on the wall. I'm not measuring, whatever. My son comes home, 20 minutes, the thing is up. Yeah. Now, again, my dad's 84, so 84, 22, there's a difference. But what was that situation? My dad is a gardener for sure.
Yeah, but
I'm
your dad is a retired and very bored gardener. So he wants to take a project
oh,
and
make it an opus.
elongate the time that it takes him to do that so he has a project for that day.
That's a great point. So,
You know what I'm
okay.
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So,
Because
we are, I'm just
quickly
going to
now,
throw the nail up there and hang this because I have all these other things to do,
it looks
you
nice.
know?
Yeah. All right.
But here's an interesting thing. I was listening to the radio today and they were saying, my sports talk radio, and they were talking about very much similar to this, but like roles in the household. And there's, so they were talking about the food manager in which would equate to being the gardener, right? And everybody who gets to experience the fruits of the labor of the
Mm,
food manager, I guess would be considered flowers. So they were saying that the food manager takes 2 hours out of your day to be the food manager because you think about what you're going to eat, you go do the shopping, you prep, you serve, and then you clean up.
hmm
And so it's interesting because I am 110% the food manager in this house, which is such a joke because like I'm not a foodie at all. But I don't get to pick the restaurant we go out when I say I need a break from being the food manager,
hmm
right? So, and here's the interesting thing. Like Sean will say, "Do you need help?" as he's walking out the door to go smoke a cigar before dinner, right? You need some help as and it's like, and he knows that I'm going to say no.
Right.
Yeah.
And so he doesn't have that conversation in his mind of, oh, I feel guilty seeing her in the kitchen, planning, shopping, prepping. And like, I have a running list on my phone of what we are out of and what I need to go to. I go to the store more times in a week that like I want to slit my throat,
Mm.
Mm.
however many times we go, right? Or I go. And he'll just like if we run out of something, he'll just yell out into the air, "Oh, out of yogurt!" And like you know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't even have to take responsibility of replenishing what he uses.
Mm.
Okay. And he's like out there smoking a cigar, having a good old time, and doesn't feel bad.
Because that's your
Mm.
Doesn't
role. That's
That's your
the
thing when
role
role.
that you
like when
agreed
he
upon.
is, I always say to him, so we're both gardeners, right? But I always say to him, your gardening list requires both of us.
Hmm
My gardening list, I have to do by myself.
hmm
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's
Mhm.
like we'll go outside and each of us will have two or three things that we want to get done on a Saturday or a Sunday. And then 9 out of 10 times he will say, "Hey, can you just help me for a second?" And then by 2 o'clock, he's watching the game and I'm still doing my list.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, so I oftentimes think, did I shoot myself in the foot by
Yeah.
going into the relationship as a gardener? Should I just have faked it and said I'm a flower?
You can't
Like,
fake
Mm.
being a
it,
flower,
No, you
baby.
couldn't do that, Sue.
You
Not
can't.
you. Yeah.
right? I mean, so
I think I'm a flower because I'm not very good at things, so I get excused from doing them.
okay,
I do.
but
Hold
I,
on a minute. I am the food manager though. I do shop and cook.
Okay.
So I do something. I am a value add in that direction. Yeah.
And you don't do things bad or wrong, Deb. I know you. I know you when you
you
didn't have
don't,
a household
you don't.
manager and you lived in the condo. You
Yeah.
were you first of all, you learned to ask for help. Like you
Yeah.
could ask people for help. And I think like me with my upper cabinets, I was like, I think I might be too much of a flower for that. But I
Yeah.
had a cheerleader. You just need, you don't have a cheerleader. You have a guy like my dad who's like, I got this
Yeah. Let
because
me do
he
it.
wants to do it his way.
Don't
And
you
he
worry for
truly
your
does
pretty
have
little
it.
head, little lady. I
Little
got
Yes.
it.
lady. Yeah, because I mean, I am a little lady in the sense that like I clean. I
Mhm.
clean a lot and I cook and I take care of the girly
Yeah,
stuff.
but I have that role too.
Yeah, but you also have the role of fixing a lot of stuff and
The small
Right.
hand roll.
yeah.
I've got small, skinny arms, small hands that I can go underneath the dishwasher. As
Oh,
he's like, "Do you got it? Do you got it?" I'm like, "What am
Oh
I
my
looking
God.
for?"
I know. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be getting. I know.
Yeah,
I know. It's
yeah.
it is I don't know. I guess I have just been spoiled with like the ability to be like, Kevin, something's not working. And, he's like, all right, I got it. And I'm always, like I said, I'm always there to give a helpful hand, but a lot of times it just turns into me not doing it right or not doing it fast enough or not, paying attention. I don't know. I don't know. So,
Are you
Yeah.
guys hearing my cat get a hairball in the
No.
background? I think it's
no,
So I guess,
sorry.
but
that's the worst sound.
all right, well, let me ask you both this. Well, Kristen, you already answered this, but Deb, I don't remember. Like, were your parents like do-it-yourselfers, like fix
Oh yeah. Good
things
question.
by themselves? Because my parents were, like my dad built things. He would, always did his own lawn. They always did their own landscaping. They always tried to fix things, but truth be told, like they would buy the vacuum that we had when I was a baby is still vacuuming for my
Mhm.
mother. So it's not like
Hmm.
things broke as much as they did back then,
I bet it's an
compared to my
Electrolux,
dad.
isn't it? Is it an
Yes.
Electrolux? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
From 100 years
Canister.
ago. The
And she got
cans.
it used when she got married, so it's probably,
Wow.
I'm not shitting you, 95 years old,
Yeah.
100 years
They're
old.
not made like they used to. Yeah.
They don't. So like there is a level of that where, our parents didn't go through four dishwashers within their marriage because they
Hmm.
lasted longer and
Hmm.
things like that.
Yeah.
So were they fixer
George and
people? I don't remember.
my parents watch this, so of course I have to be gentle. My dad, I love you, Dad. He's all hands on. He's gonna fix it, he's gonna change it, he's gonna do it. And then there's my mom who's always like, George, you can't do that.
George.
You're gonna do it wrong. And so there's a lot of that going on. But no, my
Okay.
dad has always been very handy and my mom has always been very hands-on. And I think again, like I was their youngest. I was the only girl. I wasn't expected to do a lot of things. I think they were just like, whatever, just go out with your friends. I was like, okay, bye. When they're like got my brothers like power washing the house and everybody's got
Hmm.
their little and I'm just,
I'm sure they made you vacuum or something. Did they
um
make you do like girly stuff, like you said? Like I hope I can say
I
that,
I
not
I
like
honestly
lambasted.
I honestly don't
I
remember
think the only
doing.
thing my parents
Sure.
didn't attempt to do was like automotive stuff. And Sean doesn't either.
Oh yeah, no,
Mhm.
He's like, I know
my
nothing
dad,
about cars.
no.
I don't want to know anything about cars. The minute something happens in a car, he is at the mechanic.
Yeah.
So
No,
my
they
garage,
didn't do that.
I have a two-car detached garage now, and every weekend, Aaron and his buddies from the hardware store, they come here. Last weekend it was oil changes. The weekend before it was something, whatever, their brakes or whatever. So they're all about, he's done stuff on my car. I love that. And my
Yeah, that's
my
good.
Hmm.
dad was big on that on on our older cars, but I think cars hit a spot, Sue, where you can't, you
It's
gotta
all
be,
computerized now. You can't.
yeah, you can't work on them
Not the newer ones,
easily.
yeah. The older ones. My dad
Okay,
never worked
so
on cars, but
yeah, my
Kevin
dad didn't either.
fixes shit like that on
Okay, so
cars
let
all
me
the time.
ask both of you, can a flower become a gardener?
I believe a flower
Hmm.
can become a gardener because if a flower is on her own, she needs to learn to do stuff or
Or
else
his
pay a
own.
lot of
There are
money.
male flowers out
There
there,
are male
Deborah
There
flowers.
Kane.
are, you're absolutely right. And I know a lot of them. I would have a very hard time being with a male flower. I need a man to do man stuff. I need my
I
man
had
to
a male
be,
flower once. Yeah, that's not
yes, you
fun.
did.
Yeah,
And
I
no,
had
it's
a,
not.
although I will give credit where credit is due to this individual who had way more patience than I did when it came to fixing shit,
Okay.
and managed to help me in my old house put a new element in my stove because it broke. And I was like, fucking, I'm getting a new stove. And because he had more patience than I did,
Yeah.
that worked out. But I feel like, and I
So
have
do
to
you
say,
think with the in the right environment, a flower can become a gardener?
so I think I was a dandelion. And
You
I'm
were a
like
weed.
I'm a gardener, like a gardener's assistant now. But
Okay.
I think that it all works out, and I think that you make do. Like, funny story, when my ex-husband and I got divorced, he got me a Black and Decker tool set for the house. Like, he goes, here, Kristin, because I have he kept all the tools. They were all his.
Yeah.
I didn't have a screwdriver. Like, if I needed to, whatever, take off a globe from a light fixture, or take a light switch plaque off, I did. So he got me this thing, which I still have. Um, but yeah, I
Okay,
think that
so
you could be a little
opposite
bit.
of that. Yeah. Okay. Opposite of that, Deborah Jean, do you think a gardener can become gardener light or a flower if there's
No.
okay, how about you, Kristen?
Mm-mm. Yeah, no, I agree. I
Once you're
don't.
a gardener and you need to be in control like that, it's very hard not to. But your situation, Sue, is a little different. Like you aren't like controlling. You have your duties, if you will, and you're like,
Yes,
this is what I'm responsible for, and I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. What you did was said, oh, I can handle that, and I can handle that, and oh, sure, I can handle
correct.
that. You weren't like, if you were bad at doing something, you would not be asked to do it again. And
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I
that's
think
where,
that's what I said. I think I shot myself in the foot.
yeah,
Yeah, you're good at doing stuff, Sue.
I think I became yeah, yeah. But I think it was also out of, okay, we can do this together.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying? And then it became like, oh, well, I still have all my things I have to do, and we're doing this together.
yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I
you're a
mean?
Yeah, you got
definite
sucked right
gardener.
into that. Yeah.
Yeah,
You are such a gardener. Deb
yeah.
is a flower, and I'm right in the middle, I think.
Yeah.
But
Right?
see, here's the problem with like the super gardener is it's very hard. Like I would love to justify in my mind just getting rid of the fucking dishwasher and getting a new one.
Hmm.
It's like 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, but then I can't have that conversation with myself because I'm like, you know what? We can probably fix that for
Yeah.
like, I'm not kidding you. We fixed the dryer for 14.99 and fixed the dishwasher for 24.99.
Yeah. Where you would
Fix
have
it,
paid
Sue.
thousands of dollars to get a new
Thousands of
one.
dollars for somebody to come or thousands of dollars,
For a
excuse
new.
me, to get a new one.
Yeah,
And
I know.
so it's like this other thing at play, like you can't give yourself permission to just, being a flower, there's times, and you said it earlier on, Deb, that you can just give yourself permission to just go buy a new one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I have a hard time doing that because I'm like, well, maybe it's fixable.
And how about we
Well,
slant it this way? Like, every time
Yeah.
we're a throwaway society, and all that shit
Right.
goes in the landfill. Like, I don't know what they
yeah.
do with, I don't know what my local appliance store does when they pick up my broken whatever,
You know what? They probably fix it to a degree
Okay.
and either donate it for tax purposes
Mm,
or put it in the scratch and dent and somebody buys it used.
Yeah, or
right.
they use the parts off of it and then
Yeah.
hopefully recycle the rest.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think for gardeners, YouTube was the worst invention because you can literally look up anything.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Yep.
Like I was sitting on the hood of my car the other day
What were you in a white
replacing.
snake video?
I know. With Tawny Katane. Is that what her name was?
Yeah.
Well, I am sporting the Tawny Katane hair
You
today, but
are. Hair looks great.
no, I was changing out my wiper blades.
Oh,
And she's so wee, and her SUV is so high, she has to
Yeah, so and it
cool
was
top
boiling
it.
hot, so I spread out a towel. I sat on the towel. I got my 5-in-1 tool and I clicked it off and put it back
yeah.
together. I got the three blades on Amazon for 19.99.
Yeah.
Okay. When I had my windshield replaced, they said, would you like them to do the wiper blades? It starts at $75. I
Oh
said,
my
fuck
God.
no.
No,
Fuck
yeah.
off. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have
But
replaced wiper blades before. I've done that on my own. So there, I
yeah,
get to
somebody
pat
taught me how to
myself.
do that, and
Yeah.
and I can't go back.
Yeah, it's easy. It's pretty easy. Yeah.
So one last question, Deborah Jean.
What, you want to know what kind of coffee maker I'm gonna get?
No. Do you pick and choose where you flex your flower muscle?
What do you mean? Like,
Meaning, meaning like, are you always a flower, or do you
Oh,
attempt to move into the gardener avenue when the project is not too difficult?
yes, I am always up for helping or for trying something, or I'm always up to be in a gardener, but I'm often just, it's okay.
dismiss.
I got this. You just hand me a tool,
They
whatever.
put baby in the corner.
Yeah, so now I'm at the point where, and it's true, like I don't, I one of my huge problems is I do not have patience. That's a huge problem. So like some people will sit, like I gave this garbage disposal thing like 5 minutes of my time and it wasn't working, and now I've like throwing things and forget it,
Mhm.
I'm not going to do it.
Okay, so
So
there is
that's
a
a
huge
problem.
problem for
I
me.
can
Like I'm like,
relate.
no, I'm gonna get this. And then it's like, no, this fucking thing is not gonna beat me. And I swear by
Yeah.
Jesus, I'm gonna get this whether it kills me.
Yeah.
Oh no, I
And
can't do
I'm like, I throw in the towel way too early. So
What about
like,
you, Kristen?
yeah.
Do
I
you
think
choose
this,
your
I'm the
gardener
same as
role
Deb.
based on the depth of the project?
Yes, for sure. I mean, there's stuff I can definitely
Yeah.
do. Wiper blades is one of them, but like I I will throw in the towel. I need either a cheerleader or a someone who's going to say, "I got this." And then I'm like, "Okay, I'm going to do something else while you got this."
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
I need either one of those as a support role. Or, if my son moved out to Washington, I would be calling somebody, help.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not
You
my
wouldn't,
dad. I
oh,
love him,
you
but
wouldn't attempt at first
yeah,
to put that in your gardener toolbox.
no. It's well, certain things, yes, I would change. I would not change a light fixture, but I will change, a globe, or I'll hang a picture, simple
Mm-hmm.
shit. But I'm not changing an entire fixture. I'm not fixing a dishwasher. My brother is also very handy, and he used to come to visit me. He would go, I would have Dave's list when the kids were little. All right, sis, what do you need
Mm-hmm.
fixed? And he'd come in and, fix stuff. I'd just let it wait for him. So, yeah,
If
but
I have to get near any kind of electrical breaker or anything like that to turn things off before I dive in, that's not happening either
yeah,
because I'm afraid I'm going to get electrocuted.
we did get shocked
Yeah.
when Aaron was changing out the innards of the plugs. There was some sort of arc going on.
Yeah.
And I think that was the end of him deciding he didn't want to be an
Yeah.
electrician. He's like, fuck this, man.
That hurt.
It hurt.
Yeah. It
And
can
that's not
hurt.
even a lot of voltage. So,
No,
yeah,
I know.
yeah.
So some things are better left to professionals or to the gardeners of the family. But
Amen. Great
yeah.
topic, Deb. Thank you for,
Well, it's a little embarrassing to kind of come across as so helpless. And again, I'm
You're not
not, but
helpless, but
you are
the
not.
huge
I
question is did you get your coffee this morning?
yeah, so
Thank
I
God.
have a one cupper that I bring, a one cup Keurig machine that I bring to a lot of the dog houses because a lot of these dog houses have really fancy machines and I don't like my coffee that strong. So I went and used that, but I will be going to get a new one. Listen, I figured if it would be one thing if like something wasn't connecting the water stream, like I would be able to clean it, figure that out. But when it started smoking, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
something has just fried inside of it, right? That's what
Yeah, I
causes
would have
smoke.
done this. Like I would have unplugged it and just left it alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like smoke coming out of it is, is my I I don't
Yeah,
touch that.
because that means something inside has started on
Yeah.
fire or whatever. Psh. So I'm just
Okay.
like, all right, it's over, Johnny. It's over.
Well, I just want to let you guys know that I am sure I will be lying down on the kitchen floor with my arm
The dishwasher.
underneath the dishwasher doing something today after I probably have to unload the dishwasher
Oh yeah.
to wash all the dishes.
Do you need one of those headlight
Oh, we
things?
have plenty.
Okay.
Oh,
Those
we
are
got
great.
I
tons.
was gonna say I'll send you one if you
But
want.
yeah,
I'll order you
no.
one.
Yeah, we've got that, flashlight on the phone,
Tool belts.
you know.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, okay. Well, let me know how that goes. We would love an
I
update on
know.
that. And
Yeah, I'm rooting
I
for you, Sue.
will.
You got it.
yeah,
You
you
guys
go,
I
can do
will.
girl, with
this.
your
It's
wife
only
beater
8
and
years
everything. You
old.
get on the floor and get underneath,
You get
get underneath that dishwasher and you fix it.
if you know what's good for you. Uh,
Oh my
what
God.
kind of brand is it?
Oh,
Is it
um,
my brother works for GE and he calls it good enough.
yeah, so I had a kitchen full of Good Enough in Avon and vowed that I would never buy again.
It wasn't good
I
enough.
think it's either a Whirlpool or a KitchenAid.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Okay.
Listen,
There
it's
we go.
given us 8 good years, but here's what I did is I jinxed myself. The other day, I'm like, we were talking about the appliances, and I said, well, knock on wood, everything's been pretty good.
Oh,
But
dumb,
so
dumb.
what's happening is Sean's doing a redo, and there's like she's doing the whole thing over, and there's some really nice appliances in there. And I'm like, well, maybe I would go to
Oh,
a cooktop, you know what I'm saying? And then do a double oven or something when I get to do my kitchen over. And so I was like, but these appliances have been really good to us. And I pointed to the dishwasher. I'm like, I run this thing almost every day, if not every day and a half,
yeah.
right? And sure as shit,
She broke.
I jinxed it. So it's 8 years old. I bought it when we first moved
So I
in.
had a KitchenAid in my house in Winstead that was from 1979. And when I left the house in 2010, it was still working.
Yeah.
At that, it was the push button with the down handle to
Oh,
lock it.
yeah.
Remember that?
Oh my God.
And
Yeah.
I painted it white because it was harvest gold. Those
Yep,
things, I mean, whatever, they might do a number on your electric bill, but man, they don't break.
They don't break
I
the
know.
Electroluxes and the
Yeah.
Whirlpools.
I know. So I'm just gonna venture to guess, please don't call me between 5:30 and 8 because I will be pinned underneath the dishwasher tonight.
Pinned. She's pinned
I'm just
with
gonna
her
throw it
headlamp.
out there unless we both decide to procrastinate and tackle it at some other point in time.
Oh my God, hilarious. All right, more to
Ay,
come
ay,
on that.
ay.
I'm
All
confident
right,
in you.
gardeners, flowers, queens, love you both.
Yes,
Love
love you
you
both.
too.
All right, everybody. Contact us at
Rewind and reflect with us at gmail.com
mhm,
or message us on social media. We post our weekly podcasts on there. You
mhm.
can also subscribe, like, and share on YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
Yay. All right, everybody. Namaste. Till next time.
Namaste. Bye,
Love you
Queens.
guys. Bye.